Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today we're doing something a little different here. I'm starting a new series. If you've ever seen, he's a conservative YouTuber named Steven Crowder. He makes these really controversial videos where he picks an opinion and he says, change my mind. So he gets one person who talks to them and they have a friendly discussion. Most of the time it goes friendly, but sometimes some weird stuff happens. Anyways, I thought because it's a big meme and also because you guys really like the balance videos, we're going to do this about Brawlhalla Edition. So I'm going to say a unpopular opinion, or it might be popular within the pro community, but not widely accepted among all players. And today's opinion is cannon is the worst weapon in the game. So the title is going to be somewhere oriented. We have people in the general voice channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my Discord, and I'm gonna drag one of them and then we're gonna start a discussion. Anyways, if you do enjoy this, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment, and share the video because it helps the video grow, helps me grow. And yeah, if you like it or have any suggestions for the series, put it down below in the comments. And if it does well, I'm going to keep doing them. But yeah, let's pull in our first person. There's a couple names I know here, so I might throw in some recognizable names, people in streams and stuff. But for now, I'm going to try a couple random people for the first couple ones. So I'm just going to get the number of people that there are and just get a random generator. Random number generator. And okay, minimum is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 people, so max is 7. Generate 6. Okay, hollow log. Let me drag him.
Worst weapon to play ever.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Not much, not much. How are you?
Oh, it's good.
That's good.
Playing a game with my friend and I almost swore, so yeah.
You almost what? Sorry, your mic's a little unclear.
Sorry. I almost swore.
Oh, you almost swore. It's okay, it's okay. I swear a tiny bit, but not too much, just to, you know.
Well, I probably shouldn't. My mom's home, so.
Okay, anyways. Did you say you had to go? Your mom's home?
No, I shouldn't swear because my mom is home.
Oh, okay, okay. Anyways, so yeah, so it's kind of like changed my mind. Have you seen those videos before?
Sort of.
So basically how it works is I'm going to say an opinion, and you read the announcement. The opinion today is cannon is the worst weapon in the game. So you're supposed to either disagree or have another opinion, and we have to change each other's minds. So it's kind of like a friendly debate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, do you think cannon is the worst weapon in the game?
No.
So why? And what weapon do you think is the worst? Or maybe tied? I don't know. Sorry.
I don't really find, like, a weapon worse because they all have, like, a simple skill. But I just have opinions on, like, what I hate most because of just what it is. Like, cannon, every weapon takes a certain skill point, and
what do you mean by that?
Like, so, you know, something like Lance, you know, combos can be pretty simple to take off, but, you know, something like you're doing, like, you can get stuff through pretty easily, which is kind of hard for low levels. And Scythe is a high skill level because of reading, and then, you know, but if it's a low level, then it's pretty simple to play. It just depends on what, you know, what you're doing. And
yeah, but that doesn't mean that, like, all the weapons are perfectly balanced. There's always going to be weapons that have a bit more advantages than others, and the ones with less, which in my opinion cannon has the least amount of advantages, you could say. I think it's bad in a lot of categories. It might not be the worst in all of them. For example, it does have some true combo follow-ups, unlike Scythe, and it does have more kill potential than Scythe. But that still doesn't make it the best weapon or incredibly viable. Like, any weapon is viable, but I think it's the least viable out of all of them.
I see what you're going at because I saw your video where you were, like, talking about Isaiah being a crappy player because
legend.
Crappy legend. And I see what you're going at. The spacing and the priority is a thing, but you know, like other professional players that I've seen play, like that main cannon, if they can get off the perfect spacing, they can completely destroy.
Well, yeah, you can win anything. You could beat anyone with anything, but there are no professional cannon players.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, from, like, tournaments on, like...
there are a couple. So, like, Steven Ader's been playing cannon, and I think no offense to him, but he hasn't succeeded in a long time, and I don't think he's going to succeed on Cannon. He's a good twos player, but not the greatest ones player. Last time I can remember he plays well in twos was like DreamHack Austin, but
Oh, okay.
Starlight also played Cannon, but he was good at it more in twos. But the only tournament he plays well with Cannon in ones was Brawl League Spring Fling, which was March 2017. It hasn't had that much development in like professional play, but yeah, I think Cannon's strings are for the most part dodgeable. It's got some true combos which are good, but it's very heavy. So the combo starter, one of the only ones, Downlight, it's very slow if you miss it. It's on the ground and it's stationary. Like some combo starters like Spear Downlight, you don't actually land back on the ground after you use it, so it's difficult to punish with a lot of grounded weapons. Like Lance, for instance, it's very low and horizontal, so you're not going to be able to punish Spear Downlight. But Cannon Downlight, you have a lot of end lag, so you're stationary almost, and it's very easy to punish. And because it doesn't have like as much priority as like Axe Side Light, I think it's basically just a worse Axe Side Light.
Mm.
Right? Like I feel like Cannon has a lot of disadvantages. So, for instance, yeah, it doesn't have that many. It doesn't cover that many dodge reads like Scythe does. Scythe covers almost every single option for a lot of its moves.
Uh-huh.
Cannon has some set strings, but its mobility is very weird. It's
Yeah, it's hard
very
to use.
horizontal. You don't have much vertical range other than recovery, which has a lot of startup, so you can jump and dodge out of it fairly easily if you're trying to use it as a follow-up. Neutral air
Mm.
has very little range. Side air has very little range. Down air is pretty good for dodge reads down, but the most common dodge in the game is up because you can also jump in the same position. Jump up
Yeah.
dodges up, and it just doesn't cover those options.
Yeah, I see what you're going at, but um, like there are some dodge reads, but you could always just retreat back and wait for another string to go again.
Like,
And
yeah, you can parry with any weapon, but that still doesn't
yeah,
make it like better or worse than another. Just because you can outplay someone and work with what you got doesn't mean that it's better than anything else. It just means that you're good with it. It's the same reason why every pro player puts Lance towards the bottom of their tier lists. It's got some vulnerabilities, but I'm just good enough with it to
uh
like to avoid most of them.
yeah. I see that, but I still don't think it would be the worst weapon because it has good string potential. It has definitely not the greatest dodge read, so I wouldn't say it's like the best weapon or the worst weapon. I'd say it's like below like a
Well, what
center.
would you say is one of the worst weapons in the game if it isn't cannon?
Well, I don't know because I just more of like an opinion base because I don't like orb. I don't
Hmm.
like spear because those take orb, but spear takes like little to no skill, and that's why I hate. I
That's
I just like
maybe at an earlier skill level. Like, are you
yeah
in gold?
yeah I'm about
Yeah.
gold level.
So yeah, maybe if you're in gold, it takes less skill. But like once you get to pro players, I don't think any spear players want to hear it takes no skill, especially players who are insanely good at spear. Like
Mm,
Astronaut back in the day, if he still played the game, he would still be good. And then
mm,
also Crocky's a good spear player. Ethan has insane spear just because his reads are really good.
yeah.
But yeah, I'd say like from what I understand, it sounds like you're basing it based off what you don't like to play against rather than like what you think it has the most potential. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I get what you're saying. I just think like from a competitive point of view, not from an opinion, because I hate playing against Axe, especially in 2v2, because it can
Hmm.
cover each other. But that doesn't mean I think it's the best weapon. I think it's actually next to the worst weapon in the game. I think it's like Cannon and Axe bottom two.
Oh, I see what you're going at because axe has that string potential, but it's also slow and very easily punishable.
Yes. Did I change your mind or?
Well, I would definitely put it lower now, but I still don't think it's the worst weapon.
Well, like, what do you think is the worst? Like, I kind of asked this before, but like, what do you think is actually the worst weapon?
That's kind of hard for me. I
Okay.
don't know.
You could say Cannon's tied with something. It's not necessarily the worst. What do you think it would be tied with if you do think that?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't like Orb.
Yeah.
That's just really an opinion thing.
Okay.
Because Orb is actually a good weapon, but
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to say that's the worst.
Okay. Anyways, it was nice talking to you. I'm gonna get someone else in here, but hopefully I changed part of your opinion, which I think you said I did, which is cool.
Yep.
But yeah. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay. That was cool, but like he based off his opinion on like how good he thought, or not how good. He based off how annoying the weapon is rather than like the skill level, which I can understand coming from a gold player. But he didn't seem like too keen on like knowing what exactly is the best and worst, especially because it also changes from rank to rank. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 people in that thing, so let's do another random number. 1. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's good. Welcome to the video, I guess. But yeah, so you know what we're doing. We're
Yeah, talking about
talking.
cannon, right?
So yeah, my opinion is cannon's the worst weapon in the game. Changed my mind.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's not very good weapon,
Mhm.
but with enough skill, it can be played to
Yeah, I
a
agree.
good potential.
I agree. Any weapon can be played to like a pro
Yeah,
potential as long as you play it well enough. I just think that Canon has the worst kit to play at a professional level. It's a lot easier to pick up other weapons, any other weapon, in my opinion.
yeah, I guess, too.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
then
do.
Cannon's the worst weapon in the game.
Technically
Okay, so
speaking.
we both agree.
Yeah,
Okay, well, this is a great discussion. Thank you so much.
yeah. Sorry.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye. That was interesting. Next person. Okay, if it rolls on his number, I'm just gonna ask him, or I'll just roll again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're at 9 now. Okay, next person. That was interesting. 3. Oh, it's Clem. Okay, not Clem. Yo, what's poppin'?
Oh, hey, Cosolix. I didn't expect to. Hi.
It's a random number generator, so I'm just like, you got picked.
Right. Okay, that's alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I have the same opinion as you, but I can say a few things that Canon is good at that you may already know. So as we. So the hitboxes are very like linear, right? It's not like Lance, but it's a very horizontal weapon.
Yeah,
There's not much
agreed.
options. Diagonal, it's only recovery.
It's
And
yeah, not many vertical options either with range. Like
Yeah,
on Lance, you
exactly.
could use jump nair, and it's very quick, and you can actually keep jumping to get a bit higher and things like that, and it covers a big range, like a bit horizontal and good vertical coverage. But like Cannon only has nair, where it's like super weird and it's very small hitboxing. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
I
like
agree on
almost
that one.
yeah. It's kind of
It's a very versatile move.
it's not
So
as good. It's
versatile.
like a way worse gun nair. Like it's a
Yeah,
gun nair that keeps
exactly.
you downwards. Like it's weird with worse priority.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and
Yeah.
so cannon can build up damage,
Yeah.
but like, but of course, any other weapon can do that. So there's really,
Yeah.
in my opinion, literally zero reason to use cannon.
Agreed.
Like, yeah, that's
It's the
literally it.
worst
That's all
weapon
I
in
can
the
say.
game. So
Yeah.
you agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, great
I-
conversation. Last person said the exact
yeah,
same
great
thing.
conversation.
Okay, have
Yeah,
a good day.
See ya, Cosolix.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Okay. Everyone's just agreeing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're down to 8 again. Okay, next random number. 8. Oh, it's triggered. He lives in Toronto. I live in Toronto. Shoot, I shouldn't have. He was at the lands. Never mind. What's up, Triggered?
Oh, hey.
How are you? Haven't seen you in a while.
Pretty good, my guy.
That's good.
I'm just playing experimental. He's like in my mind. Cannon. Alright.
So, cannon's the worst weapon in the game. Changed my mind.
Okay. Cannon is exactly like Scythe. It's a read-heavy weapon with not many true combos. I don't even know if there are any true combos,
Okay,
to be honest.
let's set some definition. So, what do you mean by read heavy weapon?
By read-heavy weapon, I mean like all of its combos rely on you hitting reads. Like, I can go into training mode and I would hit a side light, and if they would spot dodge, I'd have to punish that to be able to get like a
Okay.
2-hit string.
Okay,
And
I see where
you
you're
know,
coming from. Like, Cannon does have a lot of true combos. There's a downlight, so there's downlight there, downlight nair. Then there's also like I think side light Sair is like one dodge frame or something like that, or maybe true. And then there's like Sair end light, which I think is true. There's not that many true combos, but I think Cannon, if it is a read heavy weapon, which personally I don't think it is designed for a read heavy weapon, because it doesn't like the most common dodge read is upwards, correct? And
yeah,
jumping.
it is.
It doesn't cover that. If you do a side light, you can't do a nair to cover that. The nair doesn't have enough range. Like other weapons, for example, like you have to rely on your signatures. If I'm doing lance, for instance, if I do like a down air and they dodge up, I can just jump Sair, right? Like
Yeah.
Cannon, for on the other hand, its down air bounces the user kind of. That's why side light hits. And if you land like a side light and they jump up, like a jump Sair is fine, but it doesn't really lead into anything after. So like you can get these one hit follow ups, but like for it being like Scythe, for instance, every single move's a combo starter. Cannon isn't like that. It's just downlight.
Yeah, when I was playing Cannon in experimental just now, I was trying to like figure out what are these strings? How could I compare it to Scythe? And I found that if whenever I hit a side light on Cannon, most people would spot dodge because they just panic because they would know that it's a read heavy weapon.
There's a lot
and they
of
would know that
people
I would try
that
to
will
go
spot dodge.
like
Yeah.
a side air, like a side light side air is a relatively common combo on Cannon. So I would like dash in whatever, punish the dodge, and then I would get this long string off, send him right down to deep orange on Cannon. And I played Lin Fei. I was playing Lin Fei because I'm more
So you
biased
do
for
something
guitars.
like downlight.
Yeah.
Is downlight side light true? Yeah, I think that is actually like
Downlight
downlight side light.
No, I
side-
don't know how much.
Yeah,
I
downlight
think it
side
is.
light Sair recovery, something like that.
Yeah, but
So-
I also think that Cannon benefits largely from the fast movement speed and the dexterity on Lin Fei.
Yeah.
So, in my personal opinion, I think that Lin Fei was the best Cannon legend because her stats.
Like
pair
I
with
I
Cannon
agree
the
that
best.
you can read with Cannon, but I think every other weapon is actually better at reading than Cannon.
Yeah.
Maybe not Axe. For instance, Lance, you can get 0 to deaths where it's literally crazy. I've been getting some 0 to deaths recently because people would dodge up and I'd go Sair, dare, Sair. There's a clip there's a clip in Clips text channel that I pinned if you want to take a look.
I saw that.
Yeah. So if it is like a really read heavy weapon, I think every other weapon, maybe not Axe, is better at reading than Cannon. Cannon's good at, like, it's okay at reading, but its kill options aren't the greatest. Its only kill option really is like down like Nair and like maybe a Sair at like 200 damage. And so like if you compare it to other read heavy weapons like gauntlets and scythe, for instance, they kill a lot sooner because they're so good at gimping. Cannon is not good at gimping. So when you're off stage with it, it's one of the worst off stage weapons in the game.
Do you know the Cannon ground pound? How
Yeah.
it like hits in this really wonky hitbox?
Yeah.
It's a real. I would say that it's a strong kill option in my experience at least.
Well, yeah, but every ground pound is a strong kill option. Like just
I know,
because
but like I feel Cannon hits more than like I played sword sometimes. I play guitars a lot. I play axe a lot too, and
Yeah.
I found that in my experience that Cannon ground pound hits a lot more often. I don't know why. It might just be the hitboxing, like the active frames.
well, it does bounce you a bit up. It's a good ground pound, but Cannon Sair off stage doesn't lead to anything. Cannon Dare off stage doesn't really lead into anything other than sends the user down with not that much force. The ground pound is pretty good actually, but it's got some slow movement speed, and it's a really It's really
Like punishable.
it's really
Dodgeable.
punishable because it's got a lot of active frames. If you try and do minimum charge on the ground pound, it travels a far distance. So any good player would be able to know that, hey, they're using a cannon ground pound. It's slow. Let me get out of the way. And since it's slow, I'm just going to punish it, right? Something like a sword ground pound has a lot more movement speed, so the move has less frames in total. And things like bow ground pound have very little active frames. You can do minimum charge to be really quick and very little startup and recovery frames. So like just because it has the weird wonky hitboxing and it kind of sends you a bit upwards, so it's a bit harder to go off stage with ground pound. It's a bit safer on cannon. Doesn't mean that like it's good. It's because it's slow, so it kind of makes up for it a bit. But I don't think it's actually better because of how slow it is.
Yeah.
Like I think any other weapon other than axe is better ground pounds because they're faster. Maybe orb is kind of slow, but that's really it. And orb is yeah, I'd say cannon ground pound might be a bit better than orb ground pound, but orb ground pound has a lot more priority.
Orb ground pound is yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Do you know the setup with Neutralite on off stage? If you like push them off stage, which is pretty easy with cannon. You can set up with a Neutralite, or on Linfei, I could use.
You mean like a gravity cancel Neutralite, or you do a Neutralite?
Yeah,
right
like
next
a gravity cancel Neutralite, and then dare, and then you can weapon throw into.
Like yeah, but then you're also wasting your dodge, and the moment you waste your dodge with the gravity cancel and you miss it, someone hits you for that, you can't dodge. It's really risky, really risky. Any gravity cancel off stage is risky. Yeah. But cannon Enlight is semi-fast, but there's faster moves that you could go off stage with more priority. Something like a sword Enlight would be a lot better off stage. It also, I don't think cannon Enlight covers behind you or stacked. It's just in front. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it picks stacked. Let me see. I'm up in training mode.
Might be close to stacked. It might be stacked, but not behind. Something like sword Enlight will pick people up from behind, and it's a quicker move.
Boxes, cannon.
Because it brings it outwards. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it hits stacked.
Okay. How much stacked? Just the front or the whole thing?
Like the whole cannon is a hitbox.
Let me take a look quickly.
Yeah.
But anyways, like it's just really risky, and like just because it's got one move that sets up off stage. Where is the cannon legend? Sidra. Just because it's got one move that sets up off stage, I believe every weapon has the same. And if not a better option that doesn't require a dodge. Lance Dare, for instance. Lance is awful off stage, but it has a Dare. Gauntlets, Nair, Scythe, Nair, Dare. It picks up... Yeah, it picks up stacked. Okay. But, like, still, I just don't think... I think there's so many better options, and that one move isn't going to take it off from the worst weapon in the game. I think everything it does might not be the worst in the game for each category. Like, Axe is the slowest, but, like, and it's got some true combos. It's not... It doesn't have bad kill potential, but, like, it's just really bad at all of them. Like, Axe off stage, Axe down there is so much better.
Yeah.
Right? Qatar is Nair, and ground pound's pretty fast, and Dare sets up perfectly into Sair. Or Nair. Like, it's I think everything's better off stage than cannon. Or, yeah, I think actually cannon is the worst off stage.
Cannon's the worst off stage?
I would actually, yeah, argue that.
Okay. Let me think of an argument.
Like, maybe it's tied with Lance off stage, but Lance Dare Sair is actually really good if you hit it off stage.
Yeah, but I think that cannon has a lot of potential with, like, on stage reading and punishing. I think that if you can get one good punish with a cannon spot dodge, like if they try to do like a dash dodge whatever thing in, and then you punish it with a Neutralite because it's a pretty large hitbox, surprisingly, you can get really long strings and
like a
lot of damage. But it definitely struggles in the kill options. Its best kill option would probably be the recovery and the cider.
I'd say Nair. Recovery, Nair, Sair. But Sair only kills it like 190, 180, 200.
Yeah,
like
Sair,
gross.
Yeah, Sair has
terrible
priority.
Yeah, Sair's terrible priority. Nair is super wonky unless you hit down like Nair. But I think every weapon in the game is actually better at reading. I think if you get one read with Axe, let's say they spot dodge, side light, Nair, GC, down light, they can't jump. That's going to hit automatically. And then you can probably like try and use a recovery after. Like I think any weapon you could say is read based. It's just dependent on how you play it. Like for instance, I see a lot of people dodge down after I sidelight because sidelight saves 1 dodge frame, and people just like to punish it, so they go downwards to reset their options, or they go downwards to use grounded attacks. Like for instance, if you dodge down and then spear downlight, something like that. But like if I was trying to read that, I would just sidelight side sig on Scarlet without jumping. So I think any weapon can be played like read heavy. Like I could just go sidelight there, and light, and they wouldn't be able to get out, like something like that, for instance. So I think it's really dependent on how you play it, and I don't think cannon is necessarily anywhere close to the best for read options. Gauntlets are way better, sights way better, sword is way better. Maybe sword isn't as good at damage buildup, but lance is way better. I think axe is better. I think hammer's pretty equal, just because it's got good force though. And like orb is way better. I just think it's just not the greatest at any category. Therefore, I think it's the worst.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I find damage build with cannon easier than sword. That's an opinion, though.
I agree with that. I think damage build up on cannon is easier because it is a bit more heavier, and it's got more follow-ups. Like sword downlight there is cool, but you can really only follow up with a GC downlight recovery if you want to get like a long string. Other than that, there really isn't anything. But sword is just so quick. Nair, dare, downlight, and light. It's just so quick, so safe. It's more of a zoning weapon. It likes to keep control. Same with bow, but bow has some incredible strings.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just really safe, right? Cannon is not safe.
Yeah.
And I would personally prioritize something that's safe, where I can just punish cannon all day, all night. Like.
Yeah, like if I were to make a weapon tier list, I wouldn't put cannon as the absolute worst weapon in the game. Like,
what would you put?
Like
below
I said, it's on a tier list where like the highest is SS and the lowest is like B. I'd put probably.
It doesn't really matter.
Probably put about like low A because on its category.
What is below it?
Axe.
So you think axe?
I think axe is easier to punish than cannon.
I think axe is easier to punish, but axe is more force, so it's a lot easier to kill. It's more annoying in both pro gameplay because it's also more useful in 2v2. Axe is one of the best weapons in 2v2. Cannon, on the other hand, is barely existent in 2v2.
Yeah, Steven never plays cannon in 2v2.
When was the last time Steve placed high in 2v2? No offense.
I mean, like, but yeah.
Like, he's a good player, but just because, like, one pro player or used to be pro player is trying to play cannon doesn't mean that, like, he's, like, one of the best players. It doesn't mean that cannon's good. Like, there's a reason why there are good cannon legends. Sidra, sword cannon. If Boomy's good at sword. If cannon was equal to something like spear, for instance, Boomy would probably consider playing Sidra because Sidra's SIGs are actually better than like almost any other legend in the game. It's insane.
Yeah.
But no pro plays Sidra because cannon is bad.
Yeah.
And like
didn't Hyperhero play Sidra a while ago?
A while ago. But I didn't have a problem against him. I'd spar him and win every match. Like you can talk to him, like he's a good player, but like at the time, like he just would never beat me on Sidra.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with them. And like there's been very little representation of cannon in like professional gameplay. But I think Axe is better off stage. I think it's got better force and I think it's got better combos. So I think Axe is actually better because it's also really good in 2v2. Like if you take the average of the two, where would you put cannon?
In spear and axe, you say?
No, like where would you put it on a tier list? Because I would put axe higher if you're taking an average of the two. Like what's below it? Because I can't think of anything.
I feel like cannon is better than axe.
But like do you, like in which ways?
In which I think you can punish axe a lot easier with cannon. Like any weapon, you can punish axe easily with. But
yeah, axe is the most punishable weapon.
Yeah, but I find sometimes that when I'm versing a cannon legend, sometimes I would go in for a punish after they like whiff an attack, and then some of their moves like the neutral I feel like has really short recovery frames, and they can just punish me or dodge, and I would miss a.
So you're like whiffing on the
punish.
punishes because
Cannon's movement is
for my punish. Cannon movement is very different, but like if you're missing the punishes, it's just because you're not experienced with the matchup. I don't think it's because the weapon's necessarily better. I just think it's because it's underplayed.
It's underdeveloped.
Yeah, exactly. But it's for a reason, in my opinion. And I would put Axe higher because it's high risk, high reward. Like, you can get punished, but if you don't use an attack, you can't get punished. And if you land every attack, the combo game is better, read game is better. Isidru does incredible with Axe almost every single tournament. Throughout last year, every tournament, he placed in the top 6.
Yeah, I know.
Which is crazy. Like, Axe is not the best weapon. It's one of the worst in the game. I would say it's on the same tier as Cannon, but I'd say Cannon is worse.
Yeah, Axe still has its niches.
Yeah. I don't think Cannon's actually good at anything. Like, Axe has the most force in the game. That's something. Cannon is not good in any category.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
That's just my opinion.
All right.
Do you agree, disagree?
I agree.
So you think Cannon is the worst weapon in the game?
I agree that Cannon is the worst weapon in the game.
Awesome. Okay, that's what we're here for.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for bringing me in here.
No problem, no problem. Thank the Google random number generator.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too, man.
See ya. Okay, that was cool. Okay, let's do one more. Kind of short one. We're kind of running out of time. It's a long video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. The guy's already in there. Someone was there who we've already called. Anyways. Oh, 2 of them. Whatever. Bubbledex. Number 2. Okay.
People just don't like
Hola.
Hello?
What's up, Bubbledex?
Oh, boy.
You're the last person.
I didn't expect any of this. I was like playing, what's this game called? Brawlhalla with Flipside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna close out of Brawlhalla.
Yeah, I don't know what Brawlhalla is. Bad game.
I'm really enjoying CSGO.
Yeah, same.
Alright, you're gonna tell me about how Cannon's bad because I'm gonna agree with you and it's not gonna be a debate.
Do you agree with me? Like, Cannon's the worst weapon in the game?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for coming. I'm gonna go get another person then.
No. Here. I'm gonna tell you. Actually, here. I'm gonna argue on behalf of Cannon, but still think Cannon's the worst weapon in the game.
That's not fair.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. The whole point of this is change people's mind, not try and.
Well, you didn't come up with a plan B?
Well, there's people who actually think that Cannon isn't the worst weapon in the game. Like, I was like debating with Triggered, and he actually didn't think it, and then by the end of it, I convinced him. So, like, that's the whole point of this. We, like, find people who disagree because there are a lot of people that disagree, and then we, like,
really?
them.
People think Cannon's good?
Yes. I swear to God.
Well, okay. So there's this guy. He's like, Cannon's just not used. Like, I'm not... If people used it, it'd be good. I'm like, no, it wouldn't because all the moves are so fucking slow. It's like... Alright, oh wait, I can't. Sorry.
It's fine. I don't swear that often, but you can.
Yeah, just cut me out because this isn't even relevant. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
No, you'll probably make a sneak peek. Just
okay.
Just like pray to Flipside because he's probably editing this.
Yeah, and I'm like.
Yeah, you might want to pay him some money.
I don't work anymore, so
okay,
I gotta stay. I only got $200 in my bank account, but I was saying even if it was used, I think it's just slower Axe. Like that's when I'm playing Cannon.
I think it's quicker than Axe. It's a lot quicker than Axe.
Well,
I just think it's not as good at killing. It's got way worse kill potential than Axe, and it's the second most punishable weapon in the game.
What's the most punishable weapon in the game?
Axe.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna call out someone else because
get Tamer Gecko.
I'm doing a random number generator, and there's still 3 people.
People thought you were going down the line.
No. It's random. Okay. Anyways,
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Whenever I feel like hitting you up.
Okay.
And member chat.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's still 6 people. Number 6. Okay, there's Tamara. Tamara, what's up?
Hello, what's up? How you doing, dude?
Good. How are you? You're the last person.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah. It's a random number generator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting because it's like, yo, I need to talk because I'm running out of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been recording now for like 35 minutes.
Oh, damn. All
Yeah.
right.
But this
So-
is fun. I actually convinced someone that cannon is the worst weapon, so that was kind of cool. And then
I
sorry.
would have to disagree with that because I just think that not enough people have put enough time into it. It's a matter of since cannon's a newer weapon, a lot of people just haven't put the time in. Like you and me, we both main lance, and that's one of the original weapons. We've played it since like 2016, 2015. I'm not gonna switch cannon. You're not gonna switch.
Yeah,
cannon.
but with the same logic, I think orb is better than cannon, and then also you can't necessarily say it's not the worst weapon in the game just because you don't know it. Like you can't assume what you don't know.
I mean, from what I've faced in like at 2300 elo,
Yeah.
I've seen some cannon plays utterly wreck my ass.
Well, like you can
And-
win with any weapon. A weapon does
Yeah.
have moves.
Yeah, I think Cannon's main issues is that like it requires very minor changes to be good. I think because of the fact that it requires such minor changes to become good.
Well, like give me some changes that you have in mind.
Sayer actually needs priority, and I think you've heard that 100
yeah,
times by
yeah,
now.
Sarah needs priority.
But
like right
Nair
now,
needs to-
without these changes, would you say it's the worst weapon in the game? Because that's a big if statement. If BMG
Yeah.
buffs it.
It's a difficult question to answer because I don't think like the game's so well balanced that saying something the worst is a bit. I wouldn't say anything is correct.
I would say it's the worst. Like the game is balanced. You can win with anything, but like Scythe is the best, mutually agreed upon almost any pro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Cannon's the worst.
The reason why I argue that Cannon isn't the worst is that it's one of the most effective rushdown. The reason why Orb took a lot
What do you mean
more of a
rushdown?
position. So I'm using rushdown in the sense that it's very good at getting in really quick, doing a bunch of burst damage. It's like an improved version of Lance, but Lance moved away from the rushdown. I don't know. It's like what Lance was meant to be, which was a rushdown long range weapon. However, I think it is due to a lack of good SIGs.
So you mean it's really good at damage buildup?
It's great at damage buildup. I think it struggles with kills. I think that's the main issue.
I'm gonna argue it's actually pretty bad at damage buildup because almost everything's dodgeable and jumpable, and if
you could say the same with Scythe.
yeah, but
It's
the
the
thing
fact
was,
that it covers so many options.
well, not
I think
everything is
Cannon-
dodgeable and jumpable on Scythe. For example, if you go end light nair recovery, you can't dodge or jump if you get a read with the end light. If you've seen Egg Soup's video, it's a 50-50 chance to get the read with the end light after side light, and if you can get the read, then it's like an automatic like 50 plus damage.
I mean, like Cannon also does have something similar using side light and side air. If you can do side light, you can dash back and side light and cover most dodges.
But you can't cover any jumps. Cannon has no vertical coverage.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main issues. The second move I want to talk about was Nair.
Well,
I
you
think
can't really change it. This is just based on
Nair.
like, what it is.
It is just based on what it is currently.
It's just everything part of Cannon's build up is mostly jumpable. There's a couple things that are strings with 1 to 2 dodge frames, and there's a couple true combos like down like there, but like everything is basically jumpable, and if you do jump, it's almost impossible to get a read because its vertical coverage is garbage. And Lance is actually really good at damage buildup if you see my
I know,
gameplay
yes.
recently.
It was actually due to the way Lance has changed over time. But initially, it was supposed to be a rushdown weapon. Eventually, obviously, failed at that. The reason why I think Cannon has failed, but isn't the worst, is because Orb ended up doing rushdown.
I don't think Lance has failed at being a rushdown weapon if you mean damage buildup. I think it's actually one of, if not the best at damage
it
buildup.
failed in the sense that the way most people use Lance currently, even yourself, is mostly defensive in nature.
No.
Whereas Orb is much more aggressive in nature.
Take a look at clips, pinned messages. Clips, text. I play Lance very different than I used to. I go based off big strings. In the last tournament I played, I 0 to death Crocky on stream. I get these really long 5-hit combos consistently.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lance is very great at doing that.
That's called damage buildup.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't know.
And the combos are very easy to read with. For example, like side light downer, most people are going to either dodge up or jump. Then you Sair. If they jump up, then they can keep dodging, so you can't really keep going after Sair. But if they dodge up for instance, and they waste their dodge. Sair, Dare, Sair is only jumpable, and most people aren't going to jump out of it. And even if it is jumpable, you can go jump Sair to cover the option.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. The only thing I can disagree with you is that saying that Cannon is a definitive worse. I will agree with you that the weapon is bad. It desperately needs some changes.
Yeah. Do you agree it's the worst weapon at this moment, though?
At this moment, no.
So what do you think's worse?
The only I can't say anything that's worse either. That's the thing.
Then what's equal?
I would say it's currently on par with. I forgot what it was called. Fucking. Oh, sorry. I should watch my language.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's currently. I think it's currently on par with Orb in terms of usage.
I really disagree with that.
Orb is insane. I know.
Yeah, that's with its usage. Orb is not played.
More people are used for.
Well, yeah, people don't play Orb or Cannon. People are starting to play Orb. Izaju's going to pick up Orb soon. More and more pros are going to pick up Orb as more Orb Legends get announced. But Cannon has been out for a while now. And basically, no pros picked it up. Yeah. There's Hyper Hero at one point, Starlight a bit, but like they're not that good at Cannon. They're just good at Sword.
I know. It's just not like a lot of people are picking up Orb because Orb is a much more familiar weapon to most people. Cannon's awkward, even in my hands, and I like playing awkward weapons. Orb is less awkward. It feels very, very fluid. Yeah. That's why a lot of people tend to stray towards it, and that's why a lot of people are playing it and mastering it.
Do you think Orb is equal to Cannon when it comes to balance?
I would say yes, because I can definitely handle most orbs I face, and I can definitely get around the tools they have.
Just because
Cannon, I sometimes struggle with.
Just because you struggle with it doesn't mean that other players do, if that makes sense. And I think Orb is better in almost every way than Cannon. I think Orb has better kill potential with Side Air is a consistent true combo. I think Orb has way better. Yeah, it's true. Consistent at all health. I think Orb is way better at dodge reads to build up more damage because it's got more combos that have low dodge frames. For example, Sidelight, Downlight, Nair, Sair is like 2 times 2 dodge frames, but that means you can't really jump out of it because a jump requires 2 dodge frames. So if you get one read, let's say Sidelight, and then let's say they dodge down, you just go Sidelight, Downlight, Nair, Sair. 4 hits. Like, it's kind of insane.
If you're accounting for somebody wasting their dodge, you've seen the kind of things Cannon can do with that.
You can jump out of it.
Can you jump out of Sidelight Sair?
Sidelight Sair you can't, that's true. But after that, everything else is basically jumpable.
You can't jump out of Sidelight Sair Recovery. Because that's a consistent combo I hit every single time.
It's a 3-hit, though.
It's a 3-hit, yes. It's a 3-hit that sets up for easy edge guard opportunity. Cannon Dare is great. Cannon Endlight is amazing. Cannon Sidelight covers on the upwards dodge really well.
Give me 1 sec. I just want to try Sidelight Sair Recovery. Sorry.
It's a bit of an awkward thing. You need some practice. But like you've seen the things people have done.
It doesn't work in white.
It doesn't work at white. No.
No, yeah, it doesn't work at white. And it requires someone to jump up into the recovery. Yeah, no, Sidelight Sair does not work.
I don't know. I hit that really consistently.
It does not work. They need to jump up to go into this recovery, and they need to jump up a lot, and it would only work at white health into like yellow.
It works pretty late, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. You might be mixing it up with like Sidelight.
I do sometimes fall slightly more.
You could be thinking of like Sidelight Sair Dare or something, or like Sidelight or Downlight Dare, Sidelight Sair Recovery. Something like that. But like it really depends on like where you hit the Sair, because like the top part is gonna make them go a tiny bit higher. Horizontal is gonna be a bit horizontal. Like it really depends. But I just don't think it's got any consistent damage build up.
Yeah, that I can definitely agree with. A lot of the time when I'm playing Cannon, I cannot hit that.
Sorry, I'm sorry for cutting you off. But if you hit Cannon Sair, no matter what, it sends the user a tiny bit upwards. My bad. Yeah. It's the same every time. What I just said was a lie. Continue.
Oh yeah, so I was just saying, with Cannon, I find it a massive struggle to hit Downlight, and I do agree that it is a massive problem.
It's an awful combo starter. Yeah. It's a worse axe Sidelight.
I quite honestly, if they change the combo starter from downlight to endlight, I think the weapon would be perfect.
Like yeah, and
yeah,
like
but we can't talk. You don't want to talk about ifs, right?
Enlight, yeah, no ifs, and also Enlight isn't really meant to be a combo starter. I think if you give Downlight less recovery frames, it would be good.
Maybe less startup actually. I don't get punished.
I
Often
actually
in
think the
this.
startup's fine. I think it's very similar to like Lance Sidelight. It's just the recovery frames are way too much. It's very risky.
Yeah, I can see that. I
But
don't know. I just can't seem to agree with the idea that Canon is the worst. I just don't think it definitely needs
but like,
change.
why can't you agree with it? Like, ignore it needs change. Just the current balance, Orb is better. If you
Current balance, yeah, Orb, I would definitely say it's better.
yeah, so
I
what's
just think that,
equal
like,
or worse than Canon in the current balance?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't exactly say it. I'll be honest.
because it's the worst.
It's just the feeling. It's
Like,
kind of hard to describe.
I guess like some people don't want to admit it,
Mhm.
but like there's nothing better. It's Canon is bad in every single like way. It might not be the worst. Like it's not as bad as Axe when it comes to like lag on moves. So like it's not as punishable as Axe.
But Axe also has the range.
Axe is a bit more range, more priority, better kill options, great for 2v2. Cannon just isn't good off stage, bad neutral because low priority on Sair, and downlight's very risky, endlight's
Honestly,
pretty
I don't
good,
think you should be
actually.
using Sair as an approach option on Cannon.
Yeah,
I think rather using throw into side light, throw into downlight, end light.
I think Sair is very weird because it doesn't put you on the ground. It's kind of awkward when punishing, but the moment pros start to figure it out, it's not like when there's actually a decent cannon player. Sair is not going to be an approach option because of its low priority.
I kind of want to bring RC into this. Do you know who RC is?
Yeah, I know. I see.
Yeah. Have you talked to him about this?
No, but I kind of don't have time. I've been recording for 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Just tell him to join the Discord. I'll be doing more videos like this.
I'm really glad you're doing these videos. I guess you haven't changed my 9, but you have gotten me to think a lot more about Canon balance. I probably gonna be more active in the Discord about that.
Yeah, I've left the Forge. I give up.
I know.
I don't even think TWK looks at the Forge, quite honestly.
Yeah, but he has put in some of the changes we've asked for.
Yeah, some of the changes aren't far fetched, but like you just can't get people to agree. And messaging and debating in text message is the worst thing possible. I'd much rather be one-on-one like this. Right? There's too many other factors. People constantly stating their opinions left and right.
Through a screening process.
Yeah, I would like to do this with some pros though. Sorry, I cut you off.
It's fine. Yeah. Aside from that, sorry for taking up your time. Thank you for this.
Oh, no problem. No problem. But yeah, I would just say like think about it because like if you can't think of anything equal or worse,
that's quite worse. Yeah.
Then it's the worst.
Yeah.
Just from pure elimination, you know. Anyways, yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, see you.
See you, Tamara. Okay, guys, if you did enjoy this, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment. This is kind of a long video, so if you stayed to the end, then yeah, make sure you do that because if this video does well, I'm going to upload it more often. And this is very raw footage. I'm not trying to like cut and chop these conversations because, yeah, people agree to have an opinion. And I don't want to be too biased or anything. But yeah, everyone who showed up today, thank you for coming. And join the Discord. Link is down below because in the announcements, I'll be messaging whenever I do things like this. So you're going to want to stay tuned. Thank you so much. And have a good night or day or afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Peace.